All right, sir. Can you please state your name?
My name is Larry.
Larry. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, Larry.
Uh,
So, can you tell me a little bit about your experience, like how you end up homeless?
it's well, several different ways. Uh, one of them, the income was too low to pay the rent because the rent is too high. Being having addiction,
Addiction.
and
Okay.
high cost of living, So it's several things that cause me to be homeless. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you think could be improved upon to prevent this?
what I think could be improved? More money. Like I get Social Security, but it just don't be with the high cost of living. It just don't be enough, you know. And that money only lasts just for one day. By the time you pay your rent or get something to eat, you still got the rest of the month, and that money just don't last the whole month. So really, more money.
More money.
Yeah, more money.
Okay. So, how long have you been homeless?
Off and on, I said maybe about the last 5 years, off and on.
5 years.
Yeah, off and on, yeah.
Did you have a job before you were homeless?
Yeah, I did have a job, but when COVID came in, that killed a lot of jobs. They called me to be out of work.
Was it the coronavirus?
Huh?
Was it during coronavirus?
Yeah, it came out in 2021. Came out, a lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of places going out of business. And it affected me too.
Affected you as well.
Yeah, along with million other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you getting by? Like, how you surviving here? Is
Well,
it like
I it just I go from a one homeless land to another homeless land. There are a few cents I get. It ain't but $59 a month. Income I get just don't be enough to keep me going for the rest of the month. So I have to come out here, off and on to get some of you out here in the street or to keep it keep it going for the rest of the month.
okay? So you say that there's like a community of the homeless that you help each other.
Well, I won't say it that way, but everybody trying to kind of look out for themselves, because really we living on a time where ain't nobody giving a damn. It's sort of like every dog for themselves. So everybody ain't that way, but most people I come in contact with that way.
Okay.
And it's just not easy for some people.
Okay. I volunteered to feed the homeless. Did you eat this morning? They were giving out food. Okay.
I really
So-
had something to eat. Yeah.
So you would say that you still eating, but it's just the situation of like living situation, like getting an apartment and a job.
Yeah, well, personally, I live on a single citizen high rise, but like I said, Social Security income I get don't. Every time I pay the rent and give them something to eat and pay my cable bill and my phone bill, I ain't got really nothing left, so I have to come out here and get what I can to try to keep it going for the rest of the month, day by day.
Okay. So you're saying you do have a place to live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but you're just struggling to
Yeah,
get by.
struggle, right.
Okay. That makes sense. All
Yeah.
right. So, what are ways that we can improve everybody's life that are homeless, every homeless individual?
Well, in my personal opinion, you have to give everybody who's homeless a place to live instead of being out here in the street living. And that's one of the things. And they're having some money in your pocket because it really ain't no joke being broke. I'm a little bit older than some people. I'm 75 years old. And I know how it feels to be poor and broke. And it's a bad feeling to be broke and ain't got no money. Your mind all twisted. You can't think right. You can't buy the things you want to buy. You can't really enjoy your life like you want to enjoy your life. And that's one of the things is money.
Money. So you would say another thing is like mental health. Like if you had therapy, that would help.
Well, I never had mental health. I don't think I never had mental health before, but I see a lot of people that do have mental health. You know, I just wonder what caused them to act that way. I just wonder what caused people to have mental health. You know,
Okay.
but I might have had it myself and didn't know it. You know, but the way some people be acting strange, like, you know, I just wonder how they be acting. You know,
Okay.
and I don't know where mental health come from, or what caused mental health, or what it could do to stop mental health. You know.
So I myself was homeless actually for like 2.5 years. And one of the reasons why I was homeless is because of bad parents. And I just left my house because I couldn't
Yeah.
live in that house. So that was actually why I became homeless.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say having a good parents and support, I would say from the
That
start.
helps, you know. It
Yeah.
don't always work out that way, because when a person, we all got different minds to think with.
Yes, sir.
You know, ain't nobody really got no personal mind, my personal opinion about it, you know. And, you know, you got some kids stay with the parents, and some don't. Some can't deal with the situation, you know. I don't understand that myself. It take for me, for instance, like my mom had 8 kids, and she about 8 different men. And she gave all her kids away to different people. So I never grew up with none of my sisters and brothers. I never knew my sisters and brothers. You know. And she gave her kids away to different people. That's how it was back in them days. I was born in 1950, so that's how it was back in them days. You know, matter of fact, well, I heard it wasn't no welfare back in those days. So, you know, like I guess, I don't know what feeling, man. I guess she was catching hell or whatever the situation was, but it made me feel bad and made me grow up without a mom and dad. My dad didn't give a damn about me. My mom didn't want me. My dad and mama raised me, and she was raised up on a farm in the country, you know, and I raised up in the city, you know. So we really didn't get along too good, though, but I didn't have no other choice for a minute till I got old enough to get my job, you know, and get the hell on, you know. But I ain't always really had no good life, you know. I always have been a bad, complicated, sad life, you know. But like I said, I'm 75 years old now, so I'm done lived through most of all that, so I ain't got to worry about that no more. I'm just waiting on my day come where I can go to my real home, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So are you from Georgia?
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. So you stayed all your life in Georgia?
All my life, never been out of Georgia in my life. Been in Atlanta all my life.
Okay. What is something you would say that you're grateful for?
Well, I'm grateful for. Let me think about that. I got to go way back on that. What I'm grateful for. That's a good question. See, I answer that. I can go way back on that one. Way back. Well, I'm grateful to still be around to see how things done changed. During the time I was coming up back in the 50s in Atlanta, Georgia, or Georgia period. Because back in those days, it was a racial days back then when black people didn't have rights that they got now, you know. So we done came a long damn way to get, or at least I done came a long way to get to where I live. I remember I had to go to the back of the bus and sit down. I couldn't go into a restaurant and eat, or I couldn't go into a certain place because black people weren't allowed to go there. So that's one of the things I'm glad to still be alive to see that done change. You know.
Okay, nice. All right. So what do you think about the new generation then? If like, since you grew up in a tougher time than the new one, do you think they're doing better now?
Yeah, I think they're doing a whole lot better now. You know, still a lot of people need to start sticking together more, quit killing each other. That's one thing I don't like about this generation. The younger people are killing each other, you know. And they're really not sticking together like they should, you know, because we done came a long way. But we still got more further to go than we done came. And that's a long, long, long way, you know. I'll never live that long to see that happen at my age.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said that price is just too high. So
Well, let me say it this way. I'm going to just speak for myself. I ain't gonna speak what they say on the news or what other people say. I want to speak for myself. Things is not cheap like they were when I would come up. And I remember when I used to get a Coca-Cola, 8-ounce, 7-ounce bottle for 5 cents. And now Coca-Cola and can now costs as cheap. I say $1.25. It don't taste. It don't taste the same. It's a weakened down. And there's a lot of things that the price done jumped up on. But I don't understand that because this is a different generation. The generation I was born and raised up in done died out. Ain't no more old generations no more. Just done died out. Ain't but a few of us old school people still around. Everything now more new. Younger people don't know where we were at back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and probably some of the 80s.
Yeah.
But a lot of things was a whole lot better then than where it was now. There wasn't no technology back then like it is now. The technology now it's a how should I say it? Something I think is a setup, especially when it comes to that scam thing. Because we didn't have scam back in our days. People more stuck together more back in those days. Got along more better back in those days. But we were more poor back in those days than what younger people are now. I mean, younger people now got it made compared to what it was when I was young back in my generation. And I real like I said, I'm glad to be around to see how things done changed and got better for people.
Okay.
It's not getting better for me because I'm at an old age and I can't keep up with what's going on now. Like I said, my generation died out, so I just sit back and y'all just have y'all good time.
Yes, sir. Okay. So the thing about sticking together, do you feel like as things has progressed, the sense of community has like vanished or like has kind of gone away a little bit?
Well, it don't go. Well, I mean, it's so many ways that can be answered. I just have to speak for myself. Like I said, we stuck together more back in those days. I guess because we had to. Because we had the march for our rights and everything. And younger people now ain't got a march for their rights. They got rights. And that's one of the reasons why we had to stick together more back in those days. The main thing I be saying, when I said that younger people don't stick, I mean, and not all of them, just some, the ones that be killing each other. Why kill each other? Because your ancestors came along, had to go through a whole lot back in slavery time and came a long way to get, for you to have a better life for yourself. Why you gonna go kill another person? Then you're gonna go spend the rest of your life in prison. You giving your freedom up. You spend the rest of your life in prison, you ain't got no freedom. You got somebody to tell you what time to get up, go to bed, what time to eat. I mean, why just keep your freedom? I don't understand some situations. People think they gotta kill somebody, but don't make sense.
Okay.
But who is me to say it don't make sense? It's just the way life is. I guess killing been going on ever since the beginning of time, probably. I'm quite sure they are.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
So all I can say is maybe the next generation be a little bit better, make things a little bit better than what they is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you said you had family and siblings. The holidays are coming. Are you gonna spend your time with them, or?
Well, I really don't have no family because all the older people, that my grandmamas, and my dad, and mamas and aunts and older people that's older than me, all done dead. All done dead. It was just a small family,
Okay.
And like I said, I really didn't know hard. I didn't know nobody on my mama's side because my mama gave all the kids away. She gave all the children away. So everybody I know was on my dad's side. And all them people is dead and gone. And I do have a couple cousins, that's a couple of them old now. One about 10 years old with me, one maybe about 4 or 5 years old with me. And other than that, and here I am 75 years old. So I don't have no kids myself, So I just left alone with so many words. I mean, the holiday, Christmas, my birthday, and all the rest of the day just like another day to me because I don't celebrate none of them. One of the reasons why I don't celebrate these because I'm by myself, and I just feel better just to be myself by myself. And you know, I'm not into some thing that some people that's into because I'm just myself. You know, the way I was raised up, you know, I want to raise up the right way. You know, my dad, mom that raised me, she did the best she could, but I just had to deal with it at that time.
Okay.
You know, so
Would you say that if you had like a strong parent support, like if your mom and dad were there and they were supporting you and your siblings, would it turn out a lot better?
I think if my mama and like I said, my mama had kids by different men, but I don't understand ain't no perfect. Like it was been a way where my mama had kids all by one man, and all of us raised up together like a real family thing would have been a whole lot better, you know. Cause see, I dropped out of school in 10th grade because I had to work in order to support myself. Cause my grandma, my dad, and mama couldn't support myself because she was old and she was doing what's called back in the day they call it housework. She was going to clean the white folk house up, you know, a maid type of thing, you know. You know, she did the best she could. So I mean, for me to have some clothes, I had to buy my own clothes. I mean, I had to go out and buy my own clothes because I wasn't into just going to a store stealing that. Some people go into a store steal, get caught, and go to jail. You know, I wasn't about all that. You know, I never left jail. I've been arrested a few times, but I never had no felony. You know, much time I spent in jail was like 49 days. You know, that's it. That's all like a vacation in a way. But I think things would have been better if your family would have been stuck together and raised up. But it might have been just the way it was back in those days.
Okay.
You know, the way I was told, it wasn't no welfare back in those days. And my mom didn't have no choice but to give all her kids away because she couldn't take care of her kids. And I heard that she had a job being a maid herself, you know, so I know they couldn't have been making no money back in those days, you know. You just think having 8 kids being a maid back in those days, you know, I don't think could have made it.
Okay.
But it's just the way life was back then. You know, it's a whole lot different than what it is now, because now, I mean, DFA has to take care of your kids now, you know, taxpayers or whatever, but things just different back then.
Okay. I have a question about, do you see all these like organizations helping the homeless and stuff like that? Like earlier this morning they were giving out food. What is something they could do better to help the homeless?
Something they can do better to help the homeless. For the food concern or what?
In general.
Well, I've been, I just speak for myself. I've been homeless off and on for a minute, you know, but the way I see some people now got mental health. I guess it just ain't no hope for people who got mental health. I don't know. I never had it. If I did have it, I didn't know it.
Okay.
Everybody that's homeless got some kind of excuse, you know. And I think it's several different things. But like I said, one of the things is the homeless people having somewhere to live, so they're on the bridge or, you know, a doorway or in the park or wherever they can live. You know, I mean, I see it every day, and I be around it every day. And I've seen it for years, so I can't say it's a thing where it can be solved, because that's something I can't answer, you know.
Okay. What do you think if what if they brought up like containers where people could shower, or like destination where people can shower? Is that like something that would help the homeless? Instead, like not just giving food, but also giving them opportunity to shower and clean themselves.
Well, he'll help someone that want to shower or take a bath or clean themselves up. And some of them so messed up in their head, man, they don't know if they're dirty or not, you know, because a lot of messed up people out here, man. You know, a lot of them got mental health and bipolar and other things you might call it, and their mind just ain't there. And then you got a lot of people that's on drugs, you know. it's hard to get a person off of drugs they're addicted to, you know, no matter what kind of rehab you go into. The only way to get a person off of drugs is just don't brand the drugs into the United States. But that'll never happen because it's based on making money anyway.
Yeah.
That's way up for them other people out there in Washington, D.C. But anyway.
Okay. Do you have it's that time is about to be over. It's only like 9 minutes left. Do you have any ending thoughts or any comments you would like to have?
Well, I can say at my age, being born on land, being all my life, you know, I see a lot of changes. You know, I'm glad to see a lot of changes done change. You know, and there ain't too many people around that are born on land around my age that's still around. You know, they're hard to find because they have a handful of people back in them days. That's when I was coming though, you know, and it could be several things I can't think of. But like I said before, I'm just glad to still be around and see how things changed and got better. You know, I don't agree with the high cost of living and the low income, but that's just the way it is. You know.
All right, sounds good.
And I do understand that things are gonna change, the price is not gonna stay the same. You know, because if I was young, if I was 25, still 75, then I probably would think Atlanta been at this all the time, but it's not. Atlanta ain't been at this all the time. Because it's been some better and cheaper times in Atlanta. It's been some bad times too. But I'm just glad to see some changes being made, you know. I'm just glad to be around still to talk about it, see how things have changed, you know. And you right here where we stand, you see ain't always been no park. It used to be stores, like shoe stores, clothing stores, jewelry stores, the cafe, restaurant, you know, there's just a lot of places around town that I still remember what used to be there back in the day that ain't there no more, you know. Atlanta just ain't always looked like this, you know. There's a lot of things that they done tore down, a lot of places, people went out of business, and right now, you know, I can't think of nothing that's still in business as far back I remember, as far back, say, maybe back from 1960. You know, I can't think of nothing that's still in business. A lot of the buildings were still, a lot of the buildings were here before I was born. Take that Muse right there, that building, that been there, I think way before I was born, you know. It used to be a clothing store that they used to make clothes upstairs out there, you know. I mean, black people back in them days couldn't go in there until 1963 when things got integrated. You know, black people weren't allowed to go in places like Muse. You had Rich's department store. You had Davidson down there. So a lot of black people they had the right to go into a lot of these places, you know. And I do remember that.
How old were you?
I'm 75 now.
When that situation
that was going on. All that was going on before things got integrated. Things got integrated in 1963. That's when you didn't have to get up and let white people sit down on the bus in case the bus get crowded with white people. You had to get up and let them sit down because that's just the way it was then. You know, if you didn't get up, the police gonna come. They're gonna come in with the black jets. They're gonna beat you. All the police back in those days were white police. There wasn't no black police back in those days. All of them were white police, and most of them were Ku Klux Klan or the racial police back in them days. So things got integrated, things started to change, you know.
Okay.
Thank God for Martin Luther King and King Foundation that helped make things better for the future, you know. It's bad he had to die like that, but it took a lot of nerve for him to stand up in front of all them people back in them days, you know. And so I mean, I was like, the thing got integrated, I was like 13 years old, so I was like from 13 on back when all the Morrison thing going on, was I didn't know what it was about because I was too young to know, you know. And until I got an old age, you know. And after that, things that started changing for the best, you know.
There are black officers now, especially in Georgia, Atlanta. There's a lot of black officers. I think that would help a lot, of course, of crime related or more sympathy towards that community, probably.
Well, there is. I can't say now. There is a lot of. I don't know in person, but there's a lot of upper class, rich. I call it rich people. Upper class, rich black people that got money moving to Atlanta. You know, which back in them days, a lot of black people were going north to get jobs because up north where the job was, that I was told, that's where the union paid job was. Jobs in the South were nothing but, I might use the word slavery type job back in them days, you know, that's how it was back in them days. And I had heard that a lot of people left, a lot of black people left Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia back in them days to go north to start a better life because it was so segregated down here in Georgia, especially Atlanta, Georgia back in them days, you know.
Okay.
And because I can, he doing the fullback. I remember. I can't even remember no high-paying job a black person had back then. On high-paying job I can remember back in those days when maybe working at the post office. You had to have high school education. General Motors, Ford, places like that. But the highest-paying job a black person get back in those days, you know. A black person couldn't get the kind of job back in those days that they got now. So I'm still glad to be around to see all that done changed. You know, you got black mayors, when they had a black president, we ain't had no black government yet. They trying to get one. City council, and people in the state capitol. You know, it's a lot of black officials that's I'm glad to see this can now get a job and have their rights.
All right.
But I say I'm old school, so I go way back. You know, I'm not just talking like I'm 25 years old. I've been around 75 years. So I know a whole lot that went on in 75 years that people won't even believe. You know, seen a whole lot.
All right.
Yeah.
So I believe the time is over.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.